Ever tried a focaccia that's ultra thin, crispy and filled with a creamy burrata and fresh basil pesto? Let's make this unique twist together. In a large bowl, let's start with our flour and a pinch of salt. Mixing by hand is the best way to really feel the dough coming together. Next, add water and a splash of olive oil. Mix again with your hand, gently working these ingredients together to get a soft, sticky texture. Now a little bit of extra olive oil to make the dough even smoother. Move to a clean kitchen surface and begin kneading. This step brings everything together for that perfectly thin and crispy crust. Knead for a few minutes until the dough feels soft and elastic. Time for a short rest. Cover your dough with a towel and let it sit for about 30 minutes. This will help relax the dough, making it easier to roll out later. While our dough rests, let's get the delicious filling ready. For this fresh basil pesto, start by toasting a handful of walnuts in a pan, just a few minutes until they're fragrant. Grate some Parmesan cheese to add later. With a hand blender or food processor, combine the toasted walnuts with a drizzle of olive oil. Give it a quick blend to create a base for the pesto. Add a handful of fresh basil leaves and a bit more olive oil. Blend again until it's smooth and green. For the perfect flavor, add the grated Parmesan and a pinch of salt. Blend it one last time until you get a thick aromatic pesto. And there it is, our pesto is ready! This pesto is going to bring our focaccia to life with that fresh herby aroma and a creamy texture. Now is a good time to preheat the oven at 415 Fahrenheit, so it's ready when we need it. Back to the dough. Divide it into 2 equal pieces. Roll out the first piece as thin as you can. This is key for that crispy texture we want. It should be almost transparent. Gently stretch the dough a bit more on the edge, then place it on a piece of baking paper on your baking sheet. This will keep everything in place as we add our fillings. Spread a layer of that fresh basil pesto right on the dough, leaving a small border around the edge. Then tear up some creamy burrata and put it over the pesto. This combination of flavors is going to be amazing once baked. Now roll out the second piece of dough just as thin as the first and gently place it on top of the filling layer. Press down the edge all around to seal in that pesto and burrata, then brush a little bit of olive oil on top for extra crispiness as it bakes. To keep our focaccia from buffing up too much, make a few holes in the top layer with your hands, then pop it into the preheated oven for about 15 minutes. It will come out golden and crispy. And there it is! This focaccia is beautifully golden and crispy on the outside, with that creamy, savory pesto burrata filling inside.